Hey, everybody, it's Rick. It's March 10th, and I promised you on Blue Sky last night that I had to light up JD Vance today, and I do. But between this morning and tonight, a lot of other things have come across the radar screen, and I am going to light up JD Vance first for your viewing pleasure, and then I'm going to move on to a couple of other issues. So over the weekend, JD Vance was confronted by some folks who were protesting his and Donald Trump's low criminal, traitorous, outright betrayal of NATO, our European alliances, and Ukraine in specific. He was very unhappy. Now, JD had his daughter, at least one of his daughters with him, his 3-year-old, and he claimed on Twitter, oh, she was very upset. I'm sympathetic to that, JD. I really am. Because when I came out against Trump in 2015 and 16, I had people from all over the damn internet, 4chan, 8chan, various MAGA trolls, threatening my kids, abusing my kids. They were calling their schools, trying to get them kicked out. They were following my daughter around on her campus. The entire thing was an incredibly ugly and stressful and terrible moment. All I did was come out against Donald Trump. JD Vance now has a human shield, like Elon carries a human shield, and he believes that his actions in Ukraine and his actions in Europe and his actions as the Vice President of the United States of America, abusing a foreign ally in the Oval Office in favor of Vladimir Putin, a dictator, gives him some sort of immunity. Look, I don't want anybody to intimidate or harass his kids, ever. But you know what, JD? Last night and the night before and the night before and the night before that and the night before that and the night before that and every single night for 3 years, Vladimir Putin has sent missiles, ballistic and cruise missiles and glide bombs and drones to attack Ukrainian civilian targets. It's not your fault that he's doing that, but it's your fault that you're with that. It's your fault that you're okay with that. It's your fault that you think that Vladimir Putin is morally superior to Ukraine. It's your fault that you want to see a world where Vladimir Putin triumphs in Ukraine. Because look, JD, you and your boss, we know what you're after. This isn't a secret anymore. You have betrayed the West. You've betrayed America's interest in the world. And you don't mind the father of a 3-year-old Ukrainian child who gets killed by a Russian cruise missile. You don't mind what his feelings are, do you? You're not worried about that 3-year-old child who's crushed under rubble when a missile hits Kyiv or Kharkiv or anywhere else in Ukraine. You're not bothered by that. That doesn't bother you a bit. Now, I know it's your own kid, so you feel a little different category there. But it's not 1 or 2 Ukrainian children, JD. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of them. Now, you played a character for a long time of someone who rose to the meritocracy from humble beginnings. You played a guy who came up from the sticks and the lower middle class suburbs of Appalachia, and you made good. You played that character on TV for a long time. Let me tell you a character you can't really play. You can't really play the concerned, oh, poor pitiful me daddy, when you are fine with Vladimir Putin killing Ukrainian children every single night. You're fine with it. Now, if you want to admit that and be fine with it, great. If you want to say that in public, if you want to get it out there, just so we can be done with this charade that you care about peace or that Trump cares about peace, because neither one of you care about peace. Both of you care about Putin. Both of you adore Vladimir Putin. Both of you seek to aid Vladimir Putin in triumphing over Ukraine and then in the rest of Europe. Now, as morally reprehensible as I find you, JD, as disgusting as I find this little outburst of yours, as manipulative as I find this little outburst of yours, I do sympathize that your daughter may have felt intimidated. But, you know, there's a line in Grosse Point Blank. And John Cusack's character is asking him, how can you do this? How can you do this? And he's an assassin in the movie. And he says, you know, if I show up at your door, chances are you did something to bring me there. Why do you think people are upset with you, JD? Why do you think they're confronting you in public, JD? Could it not be about your 3-year-old, but about the 3-year-olds lying dead, broken, burned, crushed by collapsed buildings across Ukraine for the last 3 years? Could that be why people are upset with you, JD? Could that be the reason? You think that could be what it is? Look, don't play the fucking martyr, because you're not. The martyrs are the people who are being killed by your allies' missiles. The martyrs are the people who are fighting right now with Starlink apparently hacked by Elon and given Russian coordinates to Starlink coordinates to the Russians. The martyrs are the people who have been cut off from the intelligence that allowed Ukraine to defend itself from these missile attacks on civilian targets every single night. The martyrs are the people who have gone out there and stood on the front lines to save their country. Because if Russia quits tomorrow, it goes home. Status quo ante. Kleptocratic nation run by an asshole. If Ukraine quits tomorrow, Russian tanks go through Kyiv, and it's a genocide. And you know it. You know it. You're not that stupid, JD. Don't play the martyr, because it doesn't work. Now, on a couple of other fronts today, I just want to say this, and I'm not gloating and feeling a sense of schadenfreude and wallowing in the misery of other. Yes, I am. Who am I fucking kidding? Elon Musk's one superpower, above all else, well, he's good at acquiring things. He's purchased an electric car company he didn't start, a space company he didn't start, and a presidency that he didn't start. He's pretty good at buying things. Oh, and a social media company. Elon Musk today watched 15% by noon of Tesla stock price get incinerated. He watched that happen today while he was jacking himself off, giving interviews, blaming Ukraine for the fact that Twitter got hacked by an Asia-based hacking collective. Sort of like near Ukraine, only like saying that Tallahassee, Florida is near Tokyo. But Elon watched a giant percentage of his wealth get incinerated today. Tesla sales are plunging around the world. They're plunging in China. They're plunging throughout Europe at a rate you wouldn't believe. You've never seen anything like it. They're plunging in the US. People are protesting at Tesla dealerships. The social cachet of owning a Tesla was once something that Republicans and MAGAs mocked. And now they're going to be Elon's only customers soon. And Elon, baby, they ain't buying your cars. The idea that everything in the bet of Elon being the richest man in the world centers around Tesla is based on one thing. Tesla's board is one of the weakest and most compliant boards in corporate America. The folks on Tesla's board, Elon Musk could say, our new product line is a car that barbecues small children while we're driving and serves them up as a tasty treat. And the board of Tesla would say, you're a genius, sir. No one's ever been smarter than you, Elon. You're the tallest, handsomest, smartest man in the room. Please, my womb awaits. Impregnate me again with your 47th child. His wealth is predicated on Tesla. His purchase of Twitter predicated on the worth of Tesla's stock. His purchase of Trump predicated in part on the cash he could yield out of selling some Tesla stock or borrowing against it. Tesla is running up against an actual response in the market. Look, it was already overpriced. It was already an overpriced piece of, a lot of math underneath Tesla that the valuation was way out of line. But he's the one reducing the current valuation. He's the one causing the valuation to drop. He's the one causing the stock plunge of his own wealth. And it's not MAGA's because he's so selfless. He just wants to save the government. Y'all, if I was to give Elon Musk one piece of advice, a little less fascism, a little less ketamine, and a little more time managing the companies to whom you have a responsibility to your investors and stockholders. I cannot believe for a moment there's not going to be a honking stockholder lawsuit of some kind with Tesla stock. I mean, this board better have some D&O insurance jacked up to yay, because it's going to be a really, really tough sell to say that that they exercise due diligence over Elon Musk. Now, look, I want to get to a couple other things really quickly because I'm coming up on 10 minutes here. Donald Trump and his economic team know what's coming. They have caused a recession. It is the Trump recession. Do not play the game with me or anybody else that, oh, this is Joe Biden's horseshit. Donald Trump said today, oh, it's going to be a transition. We're going to create thousands of jobs. Bitch, Joe Biden was creating a couple million jobs a year. I don't want to hear it. He blew it, y'all. Donald Trump blew it. Why? As we've talked about a million times, because he's not that smart. I said this on one of my last videos. You think there's some 87-dimensional chess going on, some magical super brain whirlwind of gears and levers and pulleys, some steampunk magic in that lemur furred scalp of his? No. He believes things that are wrong. And stupid people are easily tricked when they believe things that are wrong. He's easily tricked because he knows little about the economy. He failed out of school when it came to this stuff. He's a disaster on this stuff. Don't play him. Now, that recession is coming. The Republicans want it. They are looking for a correction so they can drive chaos, so they can cut social services, so they can cut Social Security, so they can cut Medicare and Medicaid. And they want to drive that chaos as the economy is in recession. That's their excuse for these cuts. They will also use this recession as an excuse for the tax cut. As contrary and as bizarre and as effed up as that sounds, they will say, oh, the economy crash, we've got to give our struggling mom and pop billionaires just a little bit of a lifeline. Yes, it is that absurd. Now, final thought of the night. I'm going to let you guys get back to your families, friends, evening meals, animal sacrifices, and whatever else you're up to tonight. Final thought of the night is this. Democrats, do not take the bait. Do not take the bait. There is bait Mike Johnson has put out for you. Do not take it. Do not take the bait. You will not be blamed for shutting down the government because you do not control the government. Do not give him a single vote. Do not give Trump a single vote. I don't care about whether you think it's the responsible thing to do or not. It's not. This will stop a lot of the chaos very quickly. It will make it harder for them to do shittier things. It will not memorialize essentially a year of cuts. This is a stupid play. Do not take the bait. As they say in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Do not seek the treasure. Because that treasure is not what you think it is. Let Mike Johnson hang on his be hoist on his own petard. Let him hang on this thing. Make the Republicans do it. Make them do it. This is not a great bill. It is an ugly, bad bill. Do not buy into their fantasy. All right, folks, talk to you tomorrow. And by the way, yeah, JD Vance, the memeing will continue until morale improves. See you, folks.